Hi, and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is a continuation from a reading that I did on the day of the full moon lunar eclipse, which was a couple of days ago. Big long reading, a beautiful reading, loads and loads of synchronicities, loads and loads of information. It was humming is what I want to say. That reading was just gold. And I spent about 4 hours yesterday editing it. And when I loaded it up to YouTube last night, I realized that I'd only loaded up the intro, the little video title. The rest of it had dropped off somewhere and had been deleted. I know that I deleted it accidentally because during the process of loading that video from my iPad where I edit across to my phone, I'd gotten a couple of phone calls. I'd just been distracted and I thought the file had completely loaded in its entirety. And to save space on my iPad and my phone, I deleted it. And now it's completely gone because I deleted it from my deleted items folder as well. And I was so frustrated. My first thought was maybe the information wasn't meant to come out. And then this morning when I woke up, I thought no, because I've been getting more information coming through. I think that I hadn't received all of the information yet, and part of it being deleted is part of this reading. So if you're new to my channel, please like, share, and subscribe. And welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. A bit about me first. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I pick up on energy prior to a reading, and then I will come and use my tarot and oracle decks to further clarify the message. All of my readings are timeless. So whenever you stumble across this reading, you're meant to find it. All of the decks that I use on my channel are my own designs because I'm also an illustrator. And I combine my creative skills with my intuitive skills in order to clarify the messages that are coming through. Been here before, you'll know that I give you those messages first and then I use my cards. Because yesterday's message was quite big and there is a lot of information to process, including more information that's been coming through in the last 24 hours that aligns with this reading as well. I'm actually going to break this reading up into 3 separate parts. The underlying theme of all of the readings is success. Now, this card unknowingly has been hiding. So somebody's success has been hiding, because I found it when I was doing a bit of a tidy up on the day of the lunar eclipse. I found it in a box of cards that I use offline, and it actually belongs to this deck that I use all the time. It's probably been in that box for 3 months. Somebody's success has been hidden, or the ability to have that success has been hidden. Now, number 72 is the Death card. In the tarot, it's Scorpio, it's death and rebirth. So your divine blessings, your ability to have this divine blessing has been hidden. But there's lots of players here, lots of things at play. In that reading, the number 7 was coming through, and I was picking up on the energy of the story of Jacob and Rachel. Now, Jacob wanted to marry Rachel. And it's a Bible story. Jacob wanted to marry Rachel, asked Rachel's father for her hand, of which he agreed. But in return, Jacob had to work for 7 years. On the day of the wedding, Rachel's father veiled Rachel's sister Leah in her place and married Jacob deceptively to Leah. Somebody deceptively taken away your success. Now, this could be financial, it could be love. In order to marry Rachel, Jacob had to work for her father for another 7 years, at which time he then married. That was one story that was coming through. 2 beautiful butterflies have they're flying together in my garden. something coming together after a long period, a success coming together after a long period. But what happened last night as I was calming down from my frustration at having deleted that reading, I was debating what I watched. I just wanted to take my mind off. I just wanted a bit of balance, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to watch a Disney movie. And I was going to watch Anastasia, and I ended up not and just going to sleep. But this morning, and my daughter and I pick up on the same energy, although she doesn't read tarot cards, but we tend to bounce off each other. And this morning, she was singing a song from Anastasia, and we started talking about the story of the Romanovs and why what happened. And I've been picking up on the energy of a spiritual corruption. Somebody trying to steal your success through some sort of spiritual corruption, knowing that you've got a divine blessing coming to you, but trying to take it or stand in the way of it or distract you, like I was distracted and that reading didn't go up after all the work I'd put in. Distract you from your divine blessings for their own gain. And this is where I was saying there's lots of players here. Because in the real life story of the Romanovs, there was somebody who was spiritually corrupt, Rasputin, who was actually a real man. And actually there's a documentary on, I think it's on Netflix. Very interesting. So there was political turmoil within Russia, and the Tsar at the time, Nicholas, I think his name was, only had one son, and the empire went from father to son, got passed down. But the son was sick, and they were trying to hide the fact that the son was sick. I think he had glass bone syndrome, or I thought he had hemophilia. Maybe there's a link between those two. But essentially the empire, their success, was about to be torn apart if people found out. And this con man energy, this spiritually corrupt person, came in, saw an opportunity and took it. Now these cards came out. I had the Hermit card, which is Virgo. It's number 9 in the tarot. It's the wounded warrior. Might be something here to do with health. Chiron energy, which as I said is the wounded warrior. Baby steps came out in reverse. So somebody made a rash decision to align with some sort of con man energy, some sort of spiritually corrupt person, and the Empress, which is Venus and Taurus. It's like the Empress is planting a seed because they went in too fast, and then this card came out. I messed up big time. So I've got 3 separate energies here. I've got you, success. If you think of that family who lost their lives or lost their livelihood, or they lost their life, but you know, if we think about it in a context for you, you lose your livelihood because if we look at you as metaphorically a child in this situation, one of the Romanov siblings in this situation, your ultimate success is based on what some sort of father figure energy and whoever he aligns with, how these two individuals decide to come together. It's almost, well, they call it the Romanov curse. It's almost a curse. Their actions determine your fate. So when I say I want to do 3 readings, what I want to look at is the energy between the con man and whoever is this father figure energy. I want to say the Emperor, because the Emperor was Nicholas Romanov. This Emperor energy in your life. And that could be male, female. It could be somebody within your church, it could be somebody within your workplace, it could be somebody within your family, it could be somebody within your friendship circle. I want to look at that tier. I want to look at the relationship between this person, this con man, spiritually corrupt person, and them. Then I want to look at how that affects you. And in the third reading, I want to look at what blessings are coming to you, because potentially this information has come out or is coming out in and around this full moon energy. So I'm going to start with, now depending on how long this reading goes, it might end up in 3 sections within the one reading. Otherwise, it'll be 3 separate readings. Let's have a look at this con man energy. So somebody that has seen an opportunity, played on a weakness. So Rasputin played on the weakness of the emperor because the emperor didn't want the general public to know that his son was unwell and most likely wouldn't have been able to take over the kingdom. It's not a kingdom, the empire. So it could be somebody who maybe has built an empire and things are starting to fall apart. And in their haste, baby steps in reverse, they've aligned themselves with somebody, a con man who's preyed on a weakness. And I go back to that Jacob and Rachel story and hook them into some sort of, not a binding contract, could be a binding contract, but hook them into some sort of binding contract. I just heard lured them in under a false pretense. And maybe this person's realized what's happened. Realize that their success is actually ultimately their defeat. So let's have a look at this Rasputin and let's have a look at this Emperor energy. Eight of Cups. Saturn in Pisces. That's a spiritual lesson that somebody is learning the hard way. The Eight of Cups. And it's sitting right on this Rasputin card here. Now, in this tarot deck, that dragon is God. Somebody, some sort of con man energy playing God. I'll save you. This person has walked away from 8 broken cups, something that isn't working, straight into the arms of this person. Now, I saw something on Instagram the other day, and it was awful. It was a wok that was on and it had oil in the bottom. And there was beside it a bowl of, they looked like lobsters, crayfish. I think they were crayfish, I'm not sure. Anyway, and one of these little crayfish was trying to escape the bowl. 8 of Cups, escape whatever predicament that they got themselves in. And they climbed up the side of the bowl and literally down the side of the wok and fell in and were cooked. Somebody's walked from one disaster to the next, or been lured from one disaster to the next. And it's happened fast. Baby steps is somebody taking their time. This is somebody who either messed up big time in terms of what they were doing prior, or knows that they sold their soul to the devil once that happened. And I think in that documentary, I think it was actually the mother who engaged with Rasputin first. And the father was kind of aware that maybe it wasn't the best idea. The Chariot on the bottom, number 7. Let's find out a bit more about how this person, this Emperor energy in your life, how this Emperor energy aligned themselves with the devil. Ten of Swords that wanted to come out. The Sun in Gemini. Gemini is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Sometimes two-faced, comes across one way. Rasputin did that. Comes across one way, but is actually completely the opposite. Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is Saturn and Sagittarius. I'm kind of getting the feeling that this was this person's only option in order to save what was, whatever it is in this person's life that was deemed to be their empire. Six of Wands. That's Jupiter and Leo. Jupiter again, that's 777. The Wheel of Fortune. Jupiter and Leo, and Leo is a very proud energy. Somebody who wouldn't necessarily admit that what they did was wrong. Let's get some more. The Star. Number 17. The Star is Aquarius. It's also, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is the planet of earthquakes. Fated. Fated that this person would come in and act as a spiritual con man. Yeah, look at that. That's the Seven of Swords. That's the Moon in Aquarius. That's the card of lying, cheating, stealing, deception. Aquarius. Seven of Swords. It was all an illusion. And the Hangman. Now, the Hangman is somebody who, the Hangman is Neptune, somebody who turns themselves upside down to get a different perspective. And what have we got on the bottom? The Devil. It's almost, I can help you get out of the mess that you're in. To go over. I can come in and save the day. A different perspective. This is what I can do for you. This is how we can get you out of this situation. But it's the Devil, and what's here? The King of Pentacles. It's about money and power. And I don't necessarily think that this Emperor energy has given all of the information to this Rasputin energy, this deceptive, toxic energy. Given enough that they've wheedled their way in. Another plane. That's not normal. Okay, let's get some cards for this Rasputin energy. And look at that under there. We've got the Magician, definitely an illusionist, a trickster. Trickster energy. All talk, because the Magician is Mercury. Somebody who's all talk. This is how I can fix the situation. Now, I've got a big hornet, and I'm going to look it up. There's a big hornet trying to build a nest in the eaves of the window that I look out on. And when animals appear, there is a spiritual meaning. Hornets symbolize protection, defense, and overcoming challenges. Okay, let's have a look at this Rasputin energy. The Fool. The Fool is Uranus. They've seized an opportunity. And the Five of Swords. This person has seized an opportunity. I think of the Emperor's New Clothes. They've spun with the Magician, with the Devil and the Magician here. They've spun some sort of story in order to lure you into some sort of, not you, in order to lure this Emperor energy into some sort of karmic contract. But it's deceptive. Five of Swords. That's mind games. Venus in Aquarius. Interesting. We're getting lots of cards of Uranus, Pluto, and Aquarius. Now that was the Russian Revolution. Now Aquarius is revolutionary change. Pluto is revolutionary change. Now it didn't happen in a Pluto and Aquarius transit, but the Pluto and Aquarius transit starts at the end of November. Lots and lots of Aquarius here. Let's have a look at what the Three of Wands is. All your ships coming in. The Sun in Aries. This person promised this con man energy promised this Emperor, and because we did see the King of Pentacles there, promised this Emperor some sort of stability, some sort of financial gain by aligning. The King of Pentacles is sturdy, solid, grounded, builds an empire. So the Hermit on the bottom, which is that card, I want to say the promise of better days, wrapped up in an illusion, wrapped up in a karmic lesson. The world is Saturn. These two here, this Emperor and this con man, spiritually corrupt Rasputin energy, have a karmic soul contract, destined soul contract. Look at that, the Lovers. That's Gemini energy. The Lovers card, which is Gemini and Mercury, used to be called a choice card. This person might be a Gemini. But Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And the Eight of Pentacles. It's got something to do with finance here. I can offer you, Rasputin, spiritually corrupt, con man, I can offer you stability in a situation where things have turned sour, Eight of Cups. I can offer you that stability. I can solve your problem, is what I want to say. And this person's gone fantastic, run full steam ahead towards it, and then realized with this Hangman energy, I messed up big time, that they've made the wrong decision, that their success is now aligned with something that's deceptive. And on the bottom, Five of Wands. And now they're in almost an even bigger battle than they were in when they were in this Eight of Cups, Saturn and Pisces energy. Let's have a look at the energy between these two people. The Knight of Cups, which is the Moon in Scorpio. So it's death and rebirth, but the Moon hides things. It's a new beginning with this person, but it's actually not. What I just heard was all wrapped up in a pretty bow. Let's see what else. Okay. The Five of Cups. Yeah, it's brought heartbreak because somebody's ships didn't come in and they realized that they are in a karmic contract. The Two of Cups is Venus in Cancer. Perhaps it looked emotionally beautiful on the outside, but the reality is it ended in the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is Mars in Scorpio. The Sun in Aries, we had this. This person's ships came in. If we look at Rasputin, he went from living in some little village to living in the palace. His ships came in. He got the success, but it was on the back of some sort of deception, which then unfolded. And, you know, we'd look at the term generational curses. It then played out in the next generation because they all lost their lives over it, over this karmic soul contract. I'm going to get a card. Actually, I want to see what's on the bottom. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. Mercury in Taurus. That's being left out in the cold. I messed up big time is exactly what that is. Seven of Wands. And perhaps too stubborn. This person here, too stubborn to admit. The Seven of Wands. Mars and Leo. Too stubborn to admit that they made the wrong decision by aligning with this person. Let's find out what your guides want to tell you about this person. Anything else you need to know about the decision-making process that they had with partnering up with this person. Obstacles are lessons in disguise. Maybe part of a spiritual awakening that this person, now the Hangman is the epiphany. The spiritual awakening that this person needed to go through in this lifetime in order to learn that almost better the devil you know. Perhaps easier to try and fix a situation that they're in rather than making the problem bigger with aligning with somebody else, especially if it affects, higher power. Now that came out reversed. This person didn't listen to their intuition. This person listened to their ego in order to align with this person, and it was a trap. Higher power. Higher power can be your higher self, your guides, the divine, trying to tell you. Perhaps if they had have stayed in this situation, the one that they were trying to get away from, or the one that they were trying to fix, they would have had more success. Maybe I just heard they were trying to reach too high, too fast. They should have just gone in baby steps. What else can your guides tell you about this person? Deep shadow work. It's part of the journey that they're on in this lifetime. Get off the grid, hermit mode. So hermit mode is that spiritual awakening and a yes. Part of the lesson that this person was meant to learn in this lifetime. The only problem here is that because you are attached to whatever this is, this scenario that this person aligned themselves with, it affects you and it affects your success. Okay, let's get some messages about this person. What do your guides want to tell you about this person? Clearly decide what you want, which is what that person did. Divine timing, it was all part of the plan. So this person was meant to, we've got the soulmate card, this person was meant to come together with this person. Third party. Look at that, a hanger-on. A third party that was meant to tap into a situation for their own benefit. For a new beginning for themselves. I'm going to get one more. Impenetrable energy. And inner wisdom on the bottom. The thing is here with this person, when your back is up against the wall, every cloud's got a silver lining. When your back is up against the wall, you'll believe anything. So this person actually didn't have to do much. This person just needed to seize an opportunity, an opportunist, a con man, preyed on the weakness of this person. Effectively, I want to say preyed on this person's desire to outwardly maintain the look of the empire, because at the end of the day, I'd say that Nicholas, the Russian Tsar, he knew that his son wasn't going to survive. So it was a matter of saving face for as long as he possibly could. Let's have a look. This is my Angel Oracle deck. Number 17, Lavia, prophetic dreams and lover of the arts. That's the 10 of Swords. And number 62, wisdom and philosophy. That's the 5 of Swords. That's 15 Swords. I think this energy here, this Emperor energy, who through their actions aligned you and your success with this con man energy. I'm picking up lots of ego here. They wanted to keep the illusion up as much as, for as long as they could, even though they knew that I want to say that the end was near. This is pride here. This is somebody who's too proud to admit when something hasn't worked out. And so they will keep the illusion up for as long as they possibly can. Think of somebody, you know, in mass amounts of debt, but they're still going and living the dream, you know, buying cars and booking holidays, and it's just all an illusion that this person's tapped into. Spiritually corrupt. Okay, let's get a moon card. See if there's any more information. The moon waxes, inspiring the persistence of luminous dreams. Prophetic dreams. Perhaps this person has been getting guidance about what's about to happen. Because I feel like the tower's coming down. And if you build your empire with somebody like this, eventually it will come crashing down. Full moon in Gemini, time to talk the talk. Communication is the secret source. Now, when we come into this life, depending on where we're born, so the culture we grow up in, the people who are our parents, the people that are destined to be our friends, that sort of thing, anybody around you, the culture that you grow up in molds how you build your tower. So if this person grew up with somebody who, as a parental figure, was stick their head in the sand, even if the wheels are falling off their car, save face until your dying minute kind of energy, then they will do the same thing. Until the tower gets torn down, they'll align themselves with people that help them project that image until the tower falls down, and then they have to rebuild. And hopefully when they rebuild on the lessons that they learn when their tower falls down. But I think this person learns the hard way. And when you're in that energy, automatically you draw in these types of con man, spiritually corrupt people. It's the devil. It's where the devil gets in. Do I want a song? Let's see if there's a song. Angels, Robbie Williams. I don't know where that's going. Now, the other songs that I got are Hit Me With Your Best Shot. I'm just going to give you the songs. Hit the Road, Jack, I got Every Breath You Take, The Story of My Life, and Nothing's Going to Stop Us Now. Now, Every Breath You Take, those 3 songs came through in the reading that was deleted. But Every Breath You Take was coming out of this deck when I was shuffling to prepare for that reading. Sting, who originally recorded, or the Police who originally recorded that song, Sting gets paid $2,000 a day because when Puffy, or P. Diddy, or Diddy, or whatever his name is, when he recorded that many years later, apparently he didn't get the permission to record it, and so now he has to pay Sting $2,000 a day for the rest of his life. Somebody trying to tap into potentially some sort of income, some sort of success that is meant to be yours. Deceptively, Seven of Swords. Okay, let's have a look at my Nodes of Destiny deck. Let's have a look at what this person is learning. Now, currently the North Node is in Aries and the South Node is in Libra. What you are releasing, the relationships that you are releasing. South Node in the 8th house. Now, the 8th house is Scorpio, which is the Death card, which is here. South Node making a splash in the 8th house. Looks like you've been in a tight bear hug with your cash. Time to bid farewell to those old stuck in a rut alibis and release your inner rock star. Picture it as your snug corner of the universe's fun fair. It's where we say adieu to and welcome new, exciting new escapades and brand new beginnings. Right, so this person in this lifetime, part of the lessons that they are learning through their interaction with this trickster energy is that aligning with somebody from a financial standpoint when you're in unbalanced energy actually brings more destruction. South Node in the 5th house, South Node's cozying up in the 5th house. Your creative vibes are off the charts, but watch out for that sneaky desire to stand out too much. Your quest, break free from seeking approval and celebrate the quirks in everyone. Now, the 5th house is Leo. So this is somebody. Leo is stubborn. This is somebody who wants to save face, wants everybody to think that everything is great on the outside, that Emperor energy, great on the outside, that I've got all my ducks in a row, all my stuff together, even though in the background things are falling apart. That's what they're learning in this lifetime. Let's have a look at this energy here. South Node in the 11th house. The 11th house is Aquarius. 11th house South Node, you're as slick as a ninja's blade. But don't freeze over that heart of gold. Sprinkle in some love and creativity for a toasty twist. What this person is learning in this lifetime is that when you think of a ninja's blade, their actions cut deep. I would imagine that they have a host of, or a long line of people that they have manipulated through their life. It's their MO, their method of operation. And again, it comes from whatever they've been brought up in. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to get some Scrabble tiles. Could be this person or whoever these people are, first, middle, last initials, or something pertaining to this scenario. I'm just going to get that many. Sometimes they all want to come out, and other times we've got a P and a 3, an L and a 1, an X and an 8, an F, Axel F, I and a 1, that was a song, a V and a 4, a J and an 8, a Y and a 4, and an E and a 1. I'm going to get 3 King of Swords, Uranus in Libra. I want to know what the outcome of this situation is. 9 of Swords, heartbreak. It's not going to end well, is what I want to say. The 9 of Swords is Mars in Gemini. 6 of Wands, Jupiter in Leo. And the 3 of Cups. And the 5 of Swords on the bottom. The 3 of Cups is Mercury in Cancer. And the 5 of Swords is Venus in Aquarius. What I actually want to do is this. There's actually not going to be any celebration here. And with that card there, I want to say, look at the Three of Cups underneath. King of Swords wants to come back out again. And Saturn is a karmic lesson about where you build your stability. Who you build your tower with. Because who you build your tower with is really important. I want to say, and I'm not going to swear, but I want to say this whole thing here has been mind effery. Five. And whatever the situation is here, it's affected your ability to have success. Something here, you've been tied into this scenario. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to shuffle all the cards again, and I'm going to pull on how this all affects you. Okay, welcome to part 2 of this reading. Now, I have done a big shuffle, cleared all the energy from the 2 individuals that were in the first part of the reading. The Emperor energy and this spiritually corrupt con man energy. These cards wanted to come out. Actually, this card wanted to come out. We got the Devil coming out again. So this is a karmic contract that you have been tied to because of the actions of somebody else. You've been tied to this Devil energy. Now, the Devil is Capricorn energy, but in this instance, it is something that you've been aligned with. Something that has potentially put a stop, a hold on some sort of success that was meant to be afforded to you. If you think about the children of the Romanovs, of the Emperor and the Empress, because of their parents' actions, something that was out of their control. Their fate was sealed by that karmic contract that their parents aligned them with. Death and rebirth, number 72. The Devil is Capricorn energy. The Devil is Saturn. Karma. Now, this was sitting on the top, and I was trying to work out through the reading. Angels, Robbie Williams. And through it all, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong. And down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead. Potentially, you've got somebody guiding you through whatever circumstance this is. Somebody that has been, I want to say, somewhat of an angelic presence for you. And through it all, she offers me protection. Now, the Romanov children, when they were eventually gunned down, they were actually wearing bulletproof vests. And all of their clothing, they had actually stored all of their jewels, all of the family jewels. They'd sewn it into all of their clothing. Now, I got that song, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. And through it all, she offers me protection. Somebody, I want to say somebody that you hold close to your heart. If you think of a bulletproof vest, somebody that you hold close to your chest. Some sort of angelic protection that you hold close to your chest. Through whatever circumstance this has been, maybe you've got a picture of somebody. I think of the men who went away to war would have a picture of their wives, their family, in their pocket. She offers me protection. And that song, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. What I want to pull on here is, I want to pull on the karmic connection. So we've already looked at the karmic connection between the spiritually corrupt con man and the Devil energy. What I want to pull on now is the connection between this devil energy and you. But I think I want to put the devil energy here and I want to put you here. I don't know why. The left side. This connection that you have through a third party being it's an entanglement you've been entangled in. That's, yeah, let's have a look. Okay, let's pull some energy for you. The World on the bottom. It's the end of this cycle. Whatever's happening here, the lessons that you've learned within this karmic connection and its attachment to, you know, that primary connection, it's ending. Let's have a look. An energy for you. The Six of Wands, victory after a long battle. That's Jupiter in Leo. But in this instance, in the other, in the first reading, that was stubborn energy. This is actually, you know, and I pulled that reference, that military reference in, you know, soldiers having, you know, a photo of somebody in their jacket, in their fatigues. I don't know what we call them. I don't know if you can hear that. That's my washing machine. Something's out of balance. And I'm going to go and fix it. Something that's been out of balance is going to be fixed. Victory after a long battle. This guy rides back into town after everyone thought he was dead. Devil on the bottom. After everyone thought he was dead. Two devils here. Okay. So we've got the devil on the bottom. And my puppy's just joined us. He likes your energy. So the Six of Wands. Let's find out. Let's find out about this long victory after a long battle. This long battle that you've been in. King of Pentacles. It's potentially about money. The King of Cups. And the Star. The King of Pentacles is Jupiter in Taurus, the King of Cups is Neptune in Pisces, and the Star is Aquarius. If I go back to that original energy that I was picking up on in the beginning and in the reading that I tried to upload yesterday, that story of Jacob and Rachel. He wanted to marry Rachel, but had to work in order to marry her. Cups are emotions. Pentacles are finance. Some sort of deception that you've been pulled into whereby you can't have a victory. An emotional victory. Maybe your success comes through emotions, not pentacles. Maybe because we have the devil on the bottom. Yeah, look, now we've got the hangman, which is the epiphany. Maybe in the beginning you didn't see that this connection with this devil energy in your life, their connection to this spiritually corrupt con man, was a bad thing. If you think of Jacob, he worked that 7 years because he thought that he was going to get that love, that marriage at the end of it. I think here what's happened is that you've been promised something. The Star, something fated. You've been promised something on the basis of, it's almost a contract, an offer and acceptance has been made, but then it hasn't been delivered because it's a contract within a contract within a contract, and it's deceptive. And you've had the epiphany about it. Okay, let's get some more. Anything else your guides want to tell us? Two of Pentacles. That's Jupiter in Capricorn, 777. And the Seven of Cups. Venus in Pisces. Venus in Pisces for me is a spiritual awakening. Where do you want to put your cup? The choice. And obviously in Jacob's case, he worked for another 7 years in order to marry Rachel. But I'm sure he was worried within that extra 7 years that he was going to be deceived again. But maybe it's a lesson that you learnt within this, that, just looking at that, I'm thinking my washing machine was out of balance. Balance, 2 of Pentacles. Maybe something in your life was out of balance, and indirectly you've learned some lessons through this person's karmic soul tie with this deceptive energy. Tower on the bottom. You've potentially been able to pull some structures down in your life, maybe some things that you learned within your life that perhaps were unbalanced. The Three of Swords. Maybe you were nurturing the wrong things. And the Knight of Pentacles. That's Saturn in Capricorn. Saturn. Lessons upon lessons that you've learned within this karmic contract that this devil energy has had with this con man energy. Let's get energy for this person that you are karmically tied to. Now that card came out all over the shop in the reading that was deleted. That's the Seven of Swords. That's the moon in Aquarius. It is the card of deception. This devil energy knowingly was deceptive in their contract with you, or in, yeah. 7, highly spiritual number. Big solar flare, I think last week, the week before, it was an M-class flare, 7.77, and that's what brought out all of the Aurora Borealis and Aurora Australis. And there's more coming. And actually this balance here, 2 of Pentacles, there's 2 big sunspots on the sun at the moment. And I will link, I watch a guy, he's called Stefan Burns, and he is a physicist, but he's also interested in spirituality and planet placements and things like that. Lots of things happening in the sky at the moment. There's asteroids and comets and solar flares that are happening that all align with this huge big spiritual lesson, the spiritual journey that we are going into at the moment. Learning what's been deceptive in our lives and cutting out those things that have been deceptive through this Saturn in Capricorn, through this lessons upon lessons upon lessons. Deceptive energy. And potentially things that you maybe weren't even aware of. How somebody else had karmically tied you to some sort of con man energy. Spiritually corrupt person. Let's find out more about this devil energy. But yeah, big solar flare, and it was 7.77. But there are 2 sunspots at the moment, and one is showing up on, he's got all these graphs and stuff. One is showing up as blue and one is showing up as red, and he thinks that they might join together and basically make this huge big solar flare. But when you think of this balance, Empress, divine masculine, divine feminine, are trying to balance out both within. Balanced energy. The 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands is Mars in Aries. That's somebody making plans. And I want to say here, deceptively tying you into some sort of energetic or financial or some sort of karmic contract without your knowledge, which is affecting your success. The 4 of Swords. That's Jupiter in Libra. And when you look at the original image of that card, it's a man, it's a warrior come back from battle. 3 of Swords. come back from battle resting, quietly trying to heal. And I go back to the energy that I was picking up on when that reading was deleted yesterday. This person's distracted you while they've made plans to connect with this con man energy. Whilst you weren't looking, in a period of rest and recuperation, I want to say, in a period of distraction is when they have, Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is somebody who takes action. That's fire energy. But I want to say all the gear but no idea. This person has locked themselves into something with this con man energy because of what it appears on the outside. This person is very ego driven. And in the first reading, we had that baby steps upside down. They've not, I want to say due diligence. They've not taken the time to do their due diligence. They've actually not looked into this character that they've aligned with in this soul contract with, and my voice is closing up. They've not done their research. Yeah, look at that, 8 of Wands on the bottom. They've just rushed in. Maybe they thought that you wouldn't notice, I want to say. Six of Wands. Now, that came out as a card for this person in the first reading, but they were over here. And when I said that it was Jupiter in Leo, it's somebody that's rushed in thinking that all their Christmases have come at once. But they've done it Leo, stubborn, pig-headed energy. That I just heard they've not read the fine print. Okay, let's get one more card for this person. They didn't do their due diligence. And they signed their soul to the devil. Yeah, look at that. 5 of Cups. Now that came out in the spread in the middle, the connecting energy between those two energies. The 5 of Cups. They've left themselves out. They've ended up with 3 broken cups because of a soul contract that they had, a karmic soul contract that they had. And in turn, it's affected you. The Magician. It was all a trick. Let's have a look at the bridging energy between the two of you. What have we got on the bottom? 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is Mars in Gemini. A rash decision that they made, which is affecting them. And you probably would never know it because this person is, everything looks fantastic on the outside. But underneath, their world is crumbling. It's a deception. Maybe this person has got many people around them fooled. Except the funny thing is that they were the one that was fooled by this con man energy. Let's have a look at the energy between you. Queen of Cups. Neptune in Libra. I'm going to get some more, but I think intuitively you've picked up on this. There's way too many. I want to say intuitively you picked up on it, but it's too late. Because we've got the Hangman here. The Hangman is the epiphany, but it's come after the fact. And you've got no way to battle because you're already locked in. The 5 of Wands is change, but no change can occur because you're already locked in to something deceptive. 4 of Cups is disappointment. You're just learning about it now. The Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. a new beginning, because we had the Fool card for that con man energy in the first reading. A creative new beginning that you've been sidelined to or attached to without your knowing, or maybe it was presented in a different way, and now you're saying, judgment, you're saying, what the? Intuitively you're picking up on, or you've picked up on, but you can't do anything about it. Just like those kids, those Romanov kids, couldn't do anything about what had happened, what people around them, what scenario by somebody else's actions had put them in. Temperance on the bottom, the angel. I think your saving grace is this, whoever this energy here is. The Temperance card is Sagittarius and Jupiter. Jupiter is the wheel of fortune. This person's action has determined whether your wheel turns forward or backwards. Your success, with the Star card there, your destiny, your fate is being played out by the hands of some other person, somebody else's actions, and you've got no control over it. The truth will set you free on the bottom. Let's get some guidance cards for you. What do your guides want to tell you? The truth will set you free. Healing, be gentle with yourself. Mountain, the view from the top. Victory after a long battle. Maybe you're at the end, and we know that because we did have the world. We had the world somewhere. Where do we have the world? What else do your guides want to tell you? Impenetrable energy. I'm going to get you two more. Legacy and boundaries. And partnership. I've got clearly decide what you want on the bottom. What I want to say here is that how you maneuver this situation will actually be your legacy. Mountain, the view from the top, these obstacles. Now there is an asteroid, Succes, I think it's called. It means purple mountain. And it's this asteroid that's coming in and around, kind of horseshoeing around the earth and then flicking out. All these beautiful signs at the moment. But it means purple mountain. The view from the top. Purple is the color of the crown chakra, which is this huge spiritual awakening. This was meant to happen for you in order to be the catalyst for some sort of spiritual awakening that you're meant to be going through. Angels, something you're connecting to. Let's have a look at this person. That was fast. Deep shadow work. And yes. Yes, meaning the cards that came out for this person are a very, very precise description of where this person is and what they've done. Deep shadow work. I think they're in the world of regret, actually. I think the devil got played. Witchcraft, their magic isn't working. I want to say, try to siphon your success by tying you to some devil energy indirectly. Higher power and obstacles are lessons in disguise. This person was meant to do this. There's some sort of spiritual lesson in this for this person as well. And, you know, if they want to. And we've got baby steps upright. The lesson for this person is that not all that glitters is gold. That if you're in a bit of a bind in a situation, obstacles are lessons in disguise. That trying to save face by aligning yourself with a bigger devil energy actually just leads to heartbreak for yourself and for everybody around you. That what you actually needed to do was take baby steps. Okay, let's get, what have we got? 17. That's my washing machine. So it's obviously finished the cycle now and it's in balance. Let's get an angel oracle card for you. See what angel is, oh my goodness, what angel is walking with you. Gabriel, divine messages and revelations. Gabriel is the moon. Things that are hidden that are now coming to light. Let's get a card for this person. 43, again, number 7. Velour, protection from your enemies. I think in this scenario, if this person actually does some deep shadow work, listens to some of the spiritual information, because everybody has, in my opinion, the divine shows mercy to those who are willing to do the work. Protection from your enemies. This person has the opportunity to make things right, to extract themselves from this situation by almost fessing up to what they've done. Yes, I just saw yes. Fessing up to the, or acknowledging within that trying to save face in a situation actually gets you in a bigger mess. And the devil is Saturn. It's a karmic lesson that this person has to learn. A very spiritual karmic lesson. Number 15. Hariel, morality. Oh my God. It's a big moral lesson that this person has to do. That you can't intertwine other people because you're too afraid of people finding out that things are potentially falling apart. Number 15, that angel aligns with the 9 of Swords. That's somebody up at night worried that their empire is going to crumble. And so rather than kind of, they align themselves with the devil energy. Wow, okay. Let's have a look and see if there's a moon oracle. I think we had this in the first reading. Oh no, full moon in Virgo vibes. You are more than enough. This person might be a Virgo. Virgo is healing energy. Virgo is the Hermit card, the wounded warrior. Some sort of inner healing that needs to be done here on this person's behalf. Otherwise, they're gonna stay in this devil energy. Now let's have a look. I want a card for this connection. I've already got that Angel's card. Eternal flame. The Bangles. Say you won't let go. Okay, I'm not actually reading the lyrics of those because the message that I'm getting is eternal flame. This is a karmic connection that you have with this person and indirectly with that other person that has gone lifetime over lifetime over lifetime over lifetime. It's an eternal connection. We've got too many big energies here. Big karmic devil energies here. It's something that you've been working through in lifetimes with this person. And maybe in this lifetime, you've gotten further along in the journey. Now, say you won't let go. For me, that's this person worried that they're going to lose everything unless they align with this con man energy. If you think of Anastasia, her father aligning with Rasputin because he was worried that he was going to lose everything. He was going to lose his empire. Say you won't let go. Okay, let's get you a Nodes of Destiny card. What are you currently working on? North Node in the 9th house. That's Sagittarius. If your North Node is chilling in the 9th house, you might be a bit stuck in your knowledge bubble. Time to break free, shake things up, and embark on a wild adventure to unlock the grand masterpiece of your life. Now, Sagittarius is the explorer. What that's saying is maybe it's time to release this energy, if you can. Release this energy. Maybe this is meant to be a catalyst for change for you. Perhaps your success doesn't actually lie with this person. And maybe part of the lesson that you, your legacy means your success lies elsewhere. You are meant to just align with this person in order to learn this karmic lesson. Have a look at this person. What are they learning through this soul contract that they have with you? Oh goodness, that's too many. Normally I take them, but that's too many. What are they learning through this karmic contract with you? Now that's upside down. And these cards aren't upside down in this deck. South Node in the 2nd house. 2nd house is Taurus. South Node chilling in the 2nd house. Your tough independence is like a superhero cape. But sometimes it's like wearing a cape when you're trying to blend in. Time to loosen the grip on people and stuff to level up your bond with yourself and the gang. This zone is where our spirits kick back. South Node, what you're letting go of. Perhaps this person... I want to say whatever connection that they had, or like it came out upside down. Superman's downfall was kryptonite. Your tough independence is like a superhero cape. This person's kryptonite was that they wanted to appear like they had everything, like they were Superman. Time to loosen up the grip on people and stuff. Yeah, learning that that appearance isn't, or what people think of you isn't everything. Now, I'm not going to get those. I am going to get some Scrabble tiles. Oh goodness, that's a lot. You got left in there? W, L, and an F. Okay, I'm just going to pull these out. We've got a C and a 3, a R and a 1. Credit is what the first thing that came to my mind. E and a 1, a T and a 1, a Y and a 4. Yes, no. Oh, N and a 1, an A and a 1, an O and a 1, a U and a 1, an M and a 3, a B and a 3, a K and a 5, an I and a 1, black. I just heard black. An X and an 8. There we go. I'm getting the impression that this individual here is in a world of some sort of financial, emotional, spiritual debt. They're racking up debt that they can't pay. A V and a 4, a Q and a 10, a P and a 3, a Z and a 10, a G and a 2, and a J and an 8, an S and a 1, and a H and a 4. Right, now I'm going to get you 3 final cards. to look at the final outcome of this situation. What have we got on the bottom? The Seven of Pentacles. That is Jacob and Rachel. This particular card, when I was getting loads of downloads about that Bible story, Jacob worked for Rachel's father for the 7 years. And this card I drew somebody working in the field, and if you have a look on his leg, he's got, it looks like a Z, but it's actually sevens upside down. So this mirroring working 7 years and then having to work 7 more, because I was pulling in that energy at the time. So it's relevant to this reading. Nine of Cups. Three of Swords. The Nine of Cups is Jupiter in Pisces, 777. The Three of Swords, Mercury, Saturn. I nearly said it. Saturn in Libra. Karmic lesson. In order to bring in balance. That washing machine, Empress on the bottom. Something's going to be balanced out here. Look at that. I didn't want that many cards. The Sun, Enlightenment. The Eight of Swords, which is a current placement at the moment, that is Jupiter in Gemini. Being trapped in a situation that somebody else put you in. Jupiter is in Gemini through until June next year. Again, Jupiter, 777. And the Ten of Pentacles, financially trapped in a situation, is what I want to say. There's going to be justice on the bottom. Justice is balance. It's the scales. So that's what I've got for you for this reading. I'm going to, in the next part of this reading, I'm going to have a look at specifically you and this success. Once all of this is cleared away, metaphorically, I am going to reshuffle all the cards and clear the energy. But once it's all cleared away, I'm gonna look at what that's very Australian. I'm going to look at what this success is for you. Okay. Now we're going to look at your success. This is the third part of this 3-part reading that I'm doing. I will add the timestamps in the description if you're wanting to go back to the first or the second part. So we're looking at this success that was afforded to you. As I said, this card in the beginning, when I first did my original reading, this card was hidden in a box separate from where I put my cards. Some sort of success that was meant to be yours, hidden from you, kept from you, stolen from you, I want to say. Some sort of deceptive energy that, an Emperor energy around you because of a connection to a third party has ultimately affected your ability to tap into this success. Now, number 72 is the Death card. Endings mean new beginnings. Death card is Scorpio. Scorpio is the sign of secrets, secretly hidden from you. We have the Seven of Swords coming out in the first and second reading. Some sort of deceptive energy and lots of water energy coming through. The first reading, my dog, who is an incredible energy reader, he was nowhere in sight because I was picking up on this really, really rotten energy. The second reading, he came and sat by me on the couch. And now for this third reading, he's actually sitting out on the veranda in front of where I'm doing the reading. And he's just looking into my pool, just watching the rippling on the top of the pool. Scorpio is water, some sort of watery energy coming through. You may be getting downloads, intuitive downloads. And if I track back to that first reading, the one that got deleted, it was deleted because I was distracted. You've either been distracted unknowingly distracted from something that's for you, or you've been distracted by somebody who wants to keep it from you. This success. Okay, let's get some energy for you. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pull you on this side, and then we're going to look at what this success is that's coming to you on this side. But first, I just want to get a card for the energy that you're sitting in. Actually, this is sticking out at me. I don't know whether you can see that, but the Eight of Cups and the Ace of Wands. It wasn't sitting right. He's come back in now. The Eight of Cups is Saturn in Pisces. That's a current placement in the sky at the moment. Saturn is your karmic teacher, and it's a looking back because it's currently in retrograde. A looking back at the spiritual lessons that you have learnt during this, I want to say pause, during this pause in aligning with your sex. And aligning with your sex. What? In aligning with your, that was very weird. In aligning with your success. And I just zoned out when I said that. I wasn't even thinking, and that's what popped out. What I was trying to say was aligning with your success, because the Ace of Wands is this new, a passionate new beginning, a creative new beginning. Your success comes from aligning potentially with somebody else creatively. What have we got on the bottom? The Six of Wands. Victory after a long battle, which is the card that came out for you in the second part of this reading. Okay, let's get an energy for you. I want to know about this success that's coming to you. Knight of Wands, that is the Wounded Warrior. I want it to come out properly. Thank you. The Hierophant. Whatever it is, Five's a change. The Hierophant is Taurus and Venus. As I said, Five's a change. So we've got death and rebirth here with the Death card. Success that's coming to you. But for me, the Hierophant is a contract that you have with the man upstairs. And like I said in the first reading, how you are as an individual, who you are as an individual, how you build your tower is built on the foundations of what you know, who you were raised by, who you surround yourself with, the religious beliefs of the family that you are born into, the cultural beliefs of the country that you are born into. And then that all plays out in terms of the soul contracts. So this is a soul contract that you have with God or the divine, whatever you want to call. And the contracts, the karmic contracts that lie within that contract are something predetermined before you incarnate on this earth. I want to learn this lesson, I want to learn this lesson, I want to learn this lesson, I want to learn this lesson in order to get this success. And a bit like the karmic contract that Jacob had with, I think his name is Esau, E-S-S-A-U, I think it's spelt. Rachel's father. There's a set of soul contracts that you have before that success is afforded to you. where you have to go through a death and rebirth. You have to go through some sort of revolution. Now, revolution is change. Karmic lessons that you have to learn through your connections with the devil energy in reading 2, and through that devil energy's connections with other devil energies in reading 1. The Hierophant is change. And what this suggests to me is your tower has come crashing down because of the contracts that you have built with the karmic contracts, the soul contracts that you have built with those people that you really didn't have any control over. And in order for you to build this new contract, which affords you the success, these contracts need to be torn down. Number 5. Oh, look at that. The tower needs to be torn down with these contracts that you have with these people. Now, in between readings, I went and got something to eat, and I was thinking about, you know, the different ways that you could have a contract with somebody. So, for example, just say you have inherited some assets from somebody in your family who's passed away. You don't just inherit the assets, you inherit the contracts that those assets are potentially attached to. So for example, if it's a home loan, you inherit the home loan and whoever your grandparent attached their home loan to, whatever bank. I'm just giving examples. Because I'm thinking of physical examples. You're karmically tied to, you know, if you've got a sibling, and whoever that person then chooses to marry, you are karmically tied to that person. It's all these interconnecting contracts that are part of your soul's growth. But I think in this instance, it's a stepping away. The Hierophant is a stepping away. And it could be, the Hierophant is big structures, family, generational things, religions, cultural backgrounds. I mean, you think of, in the beginning I was talking about the Romanovs. The Hierophant karmically tied them to a culture where the firstborn son was the successor. And because of that culture and the structures within that culture that bound them to that, they then karmically tied themselves to this devil entity, which was in the end their downfall. There's something about breaking away from some sort of cultural belief, religious belief, financial belief, that brings in this success, some sort of tower that needs to be torn down. Because otherwise, you will be forever karmically tied to both of those devil energies. I'm going to pop. Do I want to put the tower there? No, we know he came out. Okay, let me get, I want to know what it is, this success. Is it financial? Is it, actually, I'm going to ask that here. We've got an angel. I'm going to get a guidance card from your guides. Third party. It's what I said. The third party, this Hierophant ties you to this third party, which is keeping you from your success. Wow, on the bottom, you are protected. I just got this really strong smell of earth after rain. In actual fact, I read something the other day that said that humans' ability to smell rain, or the earth after rain is what you smell, is actually stronger than a shark's ability to smell blood in the water. And then I went down this rabbit hole of, if you imagine a shark in the water trying to sift blood, then wouldn't they get water up their nose? I don't even know if sharks have noses. Maybe they breathe it in through their gills. But that shark analogy is that original energy, that this third party, this con man preyed on a weakness. I think you're tapping into your gifts through this process, tapping into your spiritual gifts, which is aligning you with how to extract yourself from this connection in order to bring in your success. Okay, let's get some cards for you. I want to know a bit more about you. 3 on the bottom. Third party, third party. Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles in the prior reading was the card of Jacob and Rachel. In this deck, it's the card of Jacob and Rachel. The Seven of Pentacles is Saturn in Taurus. It's divine timing for you to get this success, but there's something that you have to do. So he worked for 7 years and then 7 more. Temperance, that's balance. You think 7, 7, it's the same number. Balance. 7 and 7 is a 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 is the Hierophant. That contract that you have with God. For this Ace of Pentacles blessing to come through. Temperance is Sagittarius and Jupiter. Jupiter is 777. And again, that angel card. That's the angel. That's the Temperance angel. We had that angel song come out before. Hangman, Neptune. Maybe it's the, I don't know what that sound is. Maybe it's the epiphany that you get through that 8 of Cups, which is Saturn in Pisces. As I said, Saturn is retrograde at the moment. The epiphany that you get when you're looking back on this whole situation from a spiritual perspective. Now, the North Node goes into Pisces in the beginning of 2025, so in January 2025, a couple of months' time, literally 2 months' time. Pisces is Neptune. And we did have Gabriel come out for you as well. So Gabriel is the angel of divine messages. And I think there's some reference about, and it might be relevant, it just popped into my head. There's a reference about a Gabriel appearing to Jacob and Jacob wrestling with God. I'm just going to have a look because it might be relevant. There's too much literature, but essentially some sort of religious connection here, because in the Bible, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. It's Jacob and the 12 tribes of Israel. We had that legacy card in the second reading, I think. It was too, and it was on your side. Something very spiritual here. 3, the third party. Father Abraham had many sons. Now, the Abrahamic faiths are Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. They all believe in the same God. You might be breaking away from a religion, making a change. Maybe your success comes from making a religious change through a spiritual awakening. 10 of Swords, which is the Sun in Gemini. The King of Pentacles, which is Jupiter in Taurus. Again, that's 777. And the World. It's the end of a cycle. The Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. So we've got the King and the Queen of Pentacles. I want to know, this is a rebuilding, standing in your power, rebuilding after heartbreak, because of the karmic lessons that you've learnt, because you've spiritually gone within, you've had the epiphany, and maybe connected the dots in the fact that this is some sort of big, massive spiritual lesson that is almost bigger than you. The angel and the devil. Okay, let's have a look at what this success is that's coming to you. The Tower. That was what was on the bottom. Yeah. Let's have a look at what this success is that's coming to you now that you've learnt. Now, all of my readings are timeless, so you may still be in the stage of unearthing what's going on in pile 2. You could be in the stage of unearthing what's going on in pile 1. So if that's the case, then you know that this is 2 steps along in the timeline. What is this success that's coming to you? For Jacob, it was a marriage to Rachel. For the Romanov children, they didn't get the success because their lives were cut short. What success is coming to you? Let's have a look. Strength. Number 8. It's karmic cycle. The strength card is Leo and the Sun. I want to say spiritual strength. Spiritual strength, spiritual wisdom. I think inner wisdom came out in the second reading. Balance. That came out in the second reading because my washing machine was off balance. Balance. Working for 7 years and then working for another 7. And can you see, look, we've got that infinity sign. 8s are important here. That infinity sign. A karmic lesson that's gone round and round and round, lifetime after lifetime. And this is the lifetime where you get your success. Because maybe you get far enough on your spiritual journey, on your spiritual alignment, in order to access this success. Now, I've just done a huge big playlist, 22 readings in total, of the rise of the divine feminine. Now, not gender specific. We all hold divine masculine, divine feminine energy within. And it's a balancing out of those two energies, intuition. And I think we had the Queen of Cups in that second reading, in the energy that bridged the two of you. Tapping into your intuition. And maybe you didn't tap into it early enough to recognize what was going on. And that's okay, because it was deceptive. It was meant to be trickery. And you shouldn't be cross or angry that you didn't pick it up sooner. But now, in this third reading, especially with that 8 of Cups, which is Saturn in Pisces, and as I said, it's in retrograde. So it's a looking back. It's a pause, a looking back, and recognizing the spiritual lessons within a situation so that you can elevate. 2 of Pentacles, because then you are balanced. Intuition is divine feminine energy. Divine masculine energy is very 3D. It's moving forward. It's Aries Emperor energy. The Empress card. Quiet, soft, nurturing energy is what aligns you, is what balances you. And again, we've got the Hangman under here. Now, this potentially could mean that you are going towards somebody who is strong, somebody who is very balanced. We've got the Emperor there. Somebody who has balanced out their divine feminine and divine masculine energy. That could also mean that you are the Emperor in your own life. Emperor energy is Aries energy. Currently, the North Node is in Aries. The North Node is collectively what we're headed towards. Now, as I said, the North Node changes into Pisces in January, but it's been in Aries for 18 months. Potentially you've been through 18 months of this soul work, putting yourself and what you want from your success first by removing the South Node, which is the things that we are releasing, these third parties in your life that are holding you back from your success. But in order to do that, you have to come into spiritual balance. And again, it could be something that you are going towards. And it could be a relationship, it could be a new workplace, it could be a new religion, a different new set of friends that are more balanced. The Six of Pentacles that are more balanced. You're getting balance in your life, which is what's bringing in the success. The Knight of Cups, wish fulfillment. The Knight of Cups is Jupiter again, 777. Jupiter in Pisces, spirituality. That's a spiritual awakening. It's wish fulfillment, but for me, it's a spiritual awakening. It's the aha, you know the jackpot machine, you go ding. It's the ding, the light bulb going on where you recognize that this is all a spiritual lesson. It's the first Cups card we've had though. The Fool, a new beginning. How beautiful. The Fool is Aquarius, it's also Uranus. It's a spiritual earthquake. A shake-up. We have the Tower card on the bottom, a shake-up. And the Three of Wands on the bottom, which is your ship's coming in. Because you've had this epiphany, this light bulb moment, that maybe what you were stuck in, what you were tied to, was all part of some big spiritual lesson that was meant to arm you with the strength, with the tools that you need in order to bring this success in. Okay, let's have a look at, I want to say, the bridging energy between the Seven of Cups, another 7. You've got choices now. The Seven of Cups is a card, sometimes a card of illusion, but in this case, because of a spiritual journey that you've been on, you've got choices and you can choose your own cup. Somebody's not pouring a cup for you with stuff in it that you don't know about. I just had that image of all that horrible stuff that they were. That song came through. Every breath you take. That stuff that they were feeding people. Signed their soul to the devil. And that's the truth. The Queen of Swords. You've come into your spiritual truth. That's Uranus and Aquarius. Temperance angel again. Moving on to calmer waters, Eight of Pentacles, and the Empress. Wow. Maybe you've got a divine counterpart coming in now. If I go to that movie, the cartoon Disney movie of Anastasia, and I was singing the song this morning, Once Upon a December. Maybe you had to put in the work to realize who you were. Now, if you think about that Disney movie, she didn't know who she was. She was looking for something, but she didn't know who she was. And she had the key around her neck the whole time. Potentially, this is two people who, through a spiritual awakening individually, then end up together. But they're not aware. The Two of Swords. And if it's a financial blessing that's coming towards you, it's something that's hidden. That's the Moon in Libra. A hidden success, a hidden divine blessing that's coming to you because you're balanced. Okay, let's get some messages from your guides. Playfulness. Spiritually rich and sound. I think sometimes when you're stuck in an energy of why did this happen to me, really in your head, like I'm thinking of the Nine of Swords card. It can be really hard, and you can stay in that whilst you don't do the spiritual work and almost the Hanged Man there. Put yourself in a position where you can look back and get a deeper insight into why things have actually happened, spiritually rich and sound. Once you actually recognize that something was part of a lesson, it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. And you can get yourself out of that, I'm going to say it again, that head effery kind of mode. And be a bit playful, because you can recognize, you know what, I've already gone through it. The end, the world. It's behind me now. Even if your success hasn't arrived, in some ways, success is the understanding of why all this had to happen. Partnership, why you're in the partnerships that you were in, because it was part of a bigger spiritual lesson. Rest, work, life balance. And you are protected. Again, that came out before. Now, I'm not going to get... Actually, I want one. Just one card for this side. Soul family. You're headed towards your actual soul family. This was karmic. And in order to get this, you had to go through this karmic soul family. And you've mastered it. Mastery. Okay, let's get you another angel. $25 adds up to a 7. I'm not going to pronounce that. Nithaya. Spiritual wisdom and magic. You are the magician. You can create now that you are spiritually rich and sound, now that you have this spiritual wisdom. That card aligns in the tarot or in astrology with the magician. How cool is that? I just said that, the magician. And number 5, change, harmony and occult wisdom. Maybe you're getting information at watching tarot readings, getting pieces of information that have helped you on this spiritual journey. Number 5 is the 4 of Wands, harmony and occult wisdom. Mahasya, aligning you. We did have the 3 of Wands somewhere. The 3 of Wands we did have here. The 3 of Wands is your ships coming in. It's making decisions. Like this bird here is flying away. Setting plans in motion and then taking action. Because the path that he wants to go to is further down the road. The 4 of Wands, what he wants to align with, where he wants to build his new tower. Where he wants to build the success. Okay, let's get you a moon oracle, see if there's anything else. And perhaps rest, work, life balance, where you're building is far removed from whatever this karmic contract is that you've been in. Under the Aquarius full moon, it's time to unleash your true colors to the world. I think that you are having, and I said before, you're breaking away from something. Religion, family, friendship groups, workplace, all of the above. New moon in Leo, don't let that prideful mane of yours block your path. It's a releasing. We've got the where your success lies is in the strength of potentially not knowing where you're going, but knowing that that's the path you need to take. tapping into that Empress divine feminine energy, knowing that, you know, the Fool card here is this new beginning. He's got to jump off the cliff, kind of take that step forward, even though he doesn't know. And I think too, if you have been in these situations where you've been around these very, very deceptive or multiple deceptive devil energies, it's really tough to take that leap. It's that leap and the net will appear. But we've got protected, and before we had you are protected, and we've got mastery. You've got the wisdom that you need, and you're being guided. We had Gabriel in the reading prior. Trust in the information that you're getting. Okay, let's get you a song. Save the best for last, Vanessa Williams. And now we're standing face to face. Isn't this world a crazy place? Just when I thought our chance had passed, you go and save the best for last. Your success, I think you thought you're never going to get it, but it's been there waiting for you all the time. And I think of that movie Anastasia. It's almost got that hidden in plain sight kind of feeling. Grenade, Bruno Mars. I would go through all of this pain, take a bullet straight through my brain. Yes, I would die for you, baby. But would you do the same? I go back to, I don't know whether I said it in reading 2 or reading 1, but they were wearing bulletproof vests. Their success, their lives were put in the hands of deceptive energies. And I think this spiritual awakening that you've gone through has made you recognize how to see the red flags in people, that what you potentially give to has been taken from you. And I actually think that that's the key to you unlocking this success. Once you recognize that, it's like you've mastered it. Okay, let's have a look. This is my Nodes of Destiny deck. What have you been working on? North Node in Libra. If your North Node hangs out in Libra, your life mission is all about juggling self-care and spreading the love around. Libra North Noders shine the brightest when they dive into teamwork, socializing, and making connections with their tribe, soul family. That's what you're moving towards. Libra is relationships, but Libra is balance. Your life mission is about juggling self-care and spreading the love around. You've been in unbalanced relationships that have kept you from your success. Juggling self-care, putting you in a situation where they are taking from you. North Node in Libra is about releasing those relationships that are deceptive and that keep you out of divine balance, and moving towards those relationships that actually align. Relationships that give you strength, because that's where your success lies. Okay, let's get some messages from your higher self. Now, these are love messages. I'm only going to get a couple. If something comes out love related, and for you there is components of moving towards a soulmate, this Empress energy. Empress can be male, female, not gender specific. So you do have the Emperor and the Empress here. If something love related comes out, then please take that. If it doesn't fit with your situation, then just leave it for somebody else. I owe you an apology. I want to talk to you, but fear takes over. Opposites attract. Divine timing. Mirroring. Illumination. I'm scared we will lose our friendship if I tell you how I feel. That was in the movie Anastasia. What was his name? I want to say Peter, but I don't think it is. I would love to see you and talk to you. It's taking longer than I thought. Please wait. Dimitri was his name. Okay, let's get you some Scrabble tiles. Could be your first, middle, last initial, or that of somebody that you are dealing with, somebody that you are moving towards, something that pertains to this success, financial, love, personal, whatever it is. So we've got a V and a 4, an R and a 1, a C and an S, a K and a 5. I just heard stuck. A D and a 2, a T and a 1, a P and a 3, a W and a 4, an E and a 1, a G and a 2, and a U and a 1. Okay, let's get you 3 final cards. And my dog is just sitting on the couch with his head propped up. He's just staring. What are you looking at? It's very calm in your energy. The Chariot, we've got movement forward towards your success. Again, another 7. Whoa, the Emperor. That's what your guides, so this is messages from your guides. Your guides are telling you that it's time. They're telling you you've mastered everything. You're spiritually rich and sound. It's time to take action. The North Node is currently in Aries. The Emperor is Aries. The Emperor takes action. That's number 4. The 6 of Wands. Victory after a long battle. Now, we did have that before. I think it came out for you before. And it came out in the second reading as well. That's Jupiter and Leo. Jupiter again, 777. One more. Okay, so we've got the 3 of Cups, which is celebration. We've got victory, celebration. The 5 of Wands is, it's a battle that you've been in. Almost a, I want to talk to you, but fear takes over. These cards are saying that you're ready. You are spiritually rich and sound. You are ready. Knight of Wands. Now, in this particular deck, the Page of Wands is a guy who stands up behind a tree and he waits. It's almost like, well, actually, let me show you. Interesting, on the bottom is the Hanged Man, but I was trying to find the Page of Wands. It's in this deck, which means both Page of Wands are in this deck. Okay, the fact that both Page of Wands were in that deck, if you have a look, this guy wants to come forward and express something. He wants the success. Now, it could be financial, it could be love related. Just take it as it resonates. He wants to come forward. So this was the card that came out, the Knight of Wands. He's coming forward. I want to talk to you, but fear takes over. Divine timing. Mastery. We've got the World card here. Wish fulfillment, a new beginning, save the best for last. The 7 of Pentacles was the card of Jacob and Rachel. That's 7-7. Same guy up behind the tree. Look, he's watching her in the field as he works. It reminds me of, and actually I watched it instead of watching Anastasia last night. I watched Far From the Madding Crowd. this relationship between these two people. And actually in that movie, because of an inheritance that she got, she was karmically tied to a whole host of people. She inherited her uncle's farm. Beautiful movie. But within that story was spun this love story between these two people, where they effectively longed for each other but couldn't come together because of other obstacles in the way. The Page of Wands. I'm going to get you one more card. Anything else? What's that? Judgment. Now in this card, they make the decision to be together through all the adversity that they've been through. They make the decision to be together. They put their love first, and God turns them into a pair of birds. This is this dragon here. Dragons might be significant in your connection. Or in this battle for your success. You might have been battling a dragon. They make the decision to be together, and God turns them into a pair of birds so that they can fly away to their freedom. Why? Because it's a new beginning with the Fool. They've learned all their karmic lessons. They've mastered everything. And it's highly, highly spiritual. This whole thing, these whole 3 readings, highly, highly spiritual. Spiritual lessons after lessons after lessons. So that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for joining me for these 3 readings. I'm almost losing my voice. Sign maybe. I want to talk to you about fear takes over. If this reading resonated with you, please give it a like. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of future readings. If you are called to any of my tarot or oracle decks, the links to those can be found in the description box. I will list all of the songs that came through in this reading, and there are many. There might be more messages in the lyrics to those songs or the music videos, if there's music videos for them. Wish you all the best on tapping into this success, which is for you. Something that you're meant to have in this lifetime. Thanks again, and I'll see you again in another reading.